first peregrine falcon hit for a long time. There he is there, the mongrel. He really just clipped one, so I'm going to try and get him down and see if he did hit one, because it is early in the morning. I haven't flown him like this for a little while. Yeah, they are up there. I was just pegging my washing out and I heard this whoosh come around the water tank. They come around super low. They were like ground level almost, and he clipped one just here somewhere. So yeah, it's interesting. It's the first encounter for falcons for some of those young birds there, and it looked like a couple might have just slipped off a little bit too, which is not a good sign. They should stick together hopefully. Hopefully they come back down, because he's a mongrel, he is, I tell you. The big hen by the looks of it is a big one. Bob, come on. Oh, when they land on the roof, you know they're stressing. Come on. Come on, you can come back out again later on this afternoon. Oh, they're not happy, they're on the roof. Come on. See if we can get them in. Come on. Oh, that one's got a bit of a droopy wing. Oh no, this one. What's it? Might have to see. Oh, that's my ugly hen. Hope she didn't get hit. Come on. She's stressing. Come on. Quick. Let's come in and have a little bit of a look. Do a bit of damage control. He's still hanging around, so I don't like them when they flap like this, because he's soon to pick them out a little bit. But it's good for them. They do need this experience. I can just, you know, it's been a long time coming, but I've still got all these other babies got to get out shortly too, so it's going to be a bit upsetting if we lose one of them. Yeah, Mom. Oh, they're not happy. Oh, poor little pigeons. This is what we got to deal with, eh? Mom, I got some food here for you. Come on. Come on. Still two up there. Come on. Come on, you guys. Oh gosh, one just hit the shed. Who was that? Come on. I can't see it, but something's stressing him a little. It's something. Unless he's up in the sky there somewhere. I can't see him, but it's just chaos. Come on. I want to see which one of you's got tapped. Hopefully, I need to see if yous are all there first too. Come on. Come on. Oh, he's still crowing, that fella, so it's not too much of a problem. Come on. He's a bit more experienced, so he's actually done the full race season. All our 8 races generally we aim for. Come on. Come on. It's alright. Go in there and you're safe. And we'll reassess the situation and come back out this afternoon. This is my first morning fly for a long, like probably much this season, so it's to be expected. The falcons are pretty active in the morning, so we'll jump back later on this afternoon and I'll update you guys then. Alright, it's a little bit later in the day and we've done a few changes since then. We've had one bird come back. I think all of them come back in that first few minutes of me calling them in, really. So I just got them all in. You know, once the falcon hits them, when they're a little bit young like this, from my experience here, even if the falcon just comes in for one hit, the birds are just done. You've seen in the video, they're on the roof and, you know, they're just, you know, it takes them a while to get used to it. Like last year, I think you've seen it, and the birds were they're pretty good after a while. The really fit ones would just stay up in the air and keep flying. Even falcons were sort of stirring them up a bit. So, yeah, we'll get there eventually. So, because most of these are pretty young. There's only a few older ones in here. What are you doing, buddy? There's only one that come back late, which was this one, which is a son of Leo. He's always been Hawkshire. He was the one we used to have problems with a little bit earlier on this year when we bred him, because as soon as we get any type of falcon attack, he'd just disappear into the trees and he'd come back later on. That's what he does now, so I guess that's his way of dealing with things, but that's cool. We'll just, you know, see how he goes. But by the looks of it, no birds are injured, and I think most of them are back. It's a little bit hard to tell, but I don't notice any that are missing anyway. You'll notice, well, you probably haven't noticed, but the older ones were on this side. What we've done is bring them across to this side because there's more perches on this side. That's why. So I brought them across to here because we've got these perches on the wall. It's something I haven't done on that. Well, it was there last earlier on in the year actually. I took them down so I can painting on there, but I may put some more perches back up there as we get a little bit further in. And what else have we done since we've done that? We've moved in a whole bunch of the older ones from this younger section, like the little super blue grizzle there, and we've got the one beside it as well, and the older Thai grizzle. All the blacks are in here as well, so I will let them out a little bit later on this afternoon, just waiting for the temperature to drop or the wind to pick up, and then they'll probably enjoy flying a little bit more. But we'll try and get all these little black ones and some of the younger ones in this group flying up with the rest of them. And we've got our first round of Veenstras in here as well, which are these little characters here. They both want a bit of attention. That's what they do. When he wants attention, they get a bit funny. This one gets really jealous. He's definitely, I would say he's just jealous. See this one too? They're like, come on, give me a little bit of attention. These guys have got so much character. Even you remember the some we sent off for a one loft, they were worse than these ones. So it's yeah, it's nice to have these pigeons like this. So hopefully you guys will fly. Yeah, I know, you're just tapping your wing, you want some attention, don't you? And then you just want to show me that you can beat me off your perch. Just really nice eyes, this one. Yes, you bet me. What about this fella here? These are nest mates, and I'd say they're both cocks anyway. They're pretty aggressive and big birds. Are we done? Oh, okay, I think we're done. But interesting to see how they go. I want to see these guys flying a bit more, so hopefully bringing them into this side with the older ones, we should be able to get that. How are you doing up there? I'm surprised you've got that top perch, to be honest. I would assume someone else to be taking over this one. Here's a beautiful little one too. So this is off the blue bar pied hen that we've got, and the red checker cockbird we've got as well. They breed some nice babies. This one's okay. I'm trying to film here. Come on. They're doing all right. I don't mind them. They're looking pretty good. Just keeping them on their toes, having a little bit of a play with them. It keeps them nice and tame, which is what I like. I like this attitude. I say it all the time, but it's good. And we've got a few other ones over here as well. So these are all young. These are all new ones. The one was just looking at with the white flights. This one's its brother. He's a bit of a character as well. And I've got a sister here as well, which is a little mealy that I keep showing you. It's the only mealy that I've got out of that pairing. And by the looks of it, that's all I'm going to get, no more. And she's a beautiful little hen. So she'll be half sister to the special hen from last year. All of them are. We may put that pair back together that bred her shortly, because both those parents will be free potentially again soon. So maybe we'll try again and see if we can breed another special hen, because all those babies out of that pair were very interesting. Right, and we moved all the youngest of all the babies over in this side. So we've got some ones we're just starting to wean in here, which are the two mealies. A little bit of attitude in these guys have been so young. We brought them in yesterday. Doing pretty well by the looks of it too. So here's the nestmate to it. A bit of character to that one too, which is good. So that's good. Who else we got in here? We got one of the youngest blacks. We've got a young little tie grizzle hen in here too, which is she's looking quite nice. I'm not sure if I want to. I don't know. I'm just debating whether we do race the tiger grizzles this year, because we just lost them all like almost instantly. I'm just curious if we just hold them back and race them next season after when they're a little bit older. For some reason, we just lost them. If I'm not going to get anywhere with these tigers if we keep losing them like that. So I don't know. We'll just see. I've only got 2 so far. Be nice to get a couple more, but you know, what can we do? I definitely want to race all the blacks so they can go. Where are you? Come here. Oh, come here. No, she's a bit camera shy, but I would say it's going to be a hen. Still not 100% sure, but I haven't bred too many out of 83 and the BK hen. But they do look really, really nice. I'm actually quite surprised how these are turning out. We've only got 2 so far. We had one that passed away. But they are looking like they look good, which is interesting. And I'd say this one is most likely going to be a hen. And it's interesting because the mother she's got a very, very deep keel. She's very like front heavy, like muscle, and the big keel on it, where 83 doesn't. He's kind of got that more, like a much better body type that I like, which is more, you know, kind of like that, you know, a bit more aerodynamic in what I feel. But they're both super light, the parents, and the babies are like really, really light too. You hold them in your hand, it doesn't even feel like you're holding them. But I think this one's going to turn out to be quite nice. I actually might get the tripod so we can have a closer look at it, because they've got a really interesting wing type as well, which is like a cross between the mother and the father as well. So it is very interesting. Alright, so here's this little, I'm going to say hen at this point. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but we haven't had too much luck in getting too many of these little guys out. So I may hold a couple back. Sorry, my voice is a bit croaky. We've got COVID in the household for the 3rd time this year, which is absolutely frustrating. But we've got, see the wing on that? I actually don't mind that, to be honest. It's got those nice rounded tips on it. But her sister's the same. At this point I'm saying it's a hen as well. They're very henny looking. This one's pretty small. She's pretty placid and docile too, this little one. She's quite happy just to sort of, you know, sit in your hand like this. And the sister's like that too, actually. Like, they'll just sit there. Super, super light too. So it's going to be interesting to see how these little ones turn out. But I've got a lot of birds to race anyway, but I'm considering holding a couple of these 83 BK hens back, because we don't have a lot of hens. We'll just wait and see if it turns out to be a hen, but our problem this year was hens. We didn't have enough hens. Beautiful little one, this one. Just go get her sister. Off you go. Alright, so I'm assuming this one might be another hen as well. This is actually one of the best babies I think that I've bred this season. I show her in the videos, but I don't really, like, I haven't shown her too much, so I thought I'd show her now, and she's sort of matured a little bit. And this is the first one we bred. We had a nestmate, which was the brother, so this one's actually full sister or brother to the one we just had. It's down off 83 and the BK hen, which is our best hen in theory. That's her name anyway. But you know, I don't mind it. The wings are actually looking quite nice, and this thing is just like super, super light. Like, for the size of it, it's not huge, medium-ish, but it's I'm pretty impressed with them, to be honest. Like this one, like I said, I might hold it. If this one turns out to be a hen, I may hold a couple back, so next year that we just don't struggle with getting numbers bred out, because that was our issue this year, and it still is our issue right now, but we'll work our way through it. But I'm pretty happy how this one turned out. She's trying to get away from me. She's generally pretty calm, but she's probably a little bit camera shy. But beautiful pigeon. The camera doesn't really do it justice. So another thing as well, like it is 11th of December today, so it kind of works with the falcons, like I think, because it gets to a certain point where, you know, everything dries out and the falcons, you know, start to struggle for food a little bit, because all the water dries up and all the ducks and all that kind of food source migrates on, and you're only left with certain things. And the pigeons are here all year, so we haven't seen falcons for such a long time, and this is why my biggest issue is trying to get out as many birds as I can and flying by around about this date. That's why my cutoff was Christmas, but it's, you know, it's blown out again because we just could not get any of the new birds to sit down on eggs. But it would be nice to have all the young birds to kind of like this stage where, you know, December, mid-December kicks around, the falcons seem to start hammering us pretty hard, but all these babies are old enough to, you know, stand some kind of chance. Where these ones, this side, all these little ones, you know, it's going to be a bit hard for them like it was last year. We lost a few around the loft, not from the actual attacks from themselves, you know, not getting eating, but we lost the birds because some of them just, they got scattered and they flew too far, and, you know, we had a lot of issues like that. So, you know, that's something we're going to have to aim for this year, and that's why I'm saying, like, if we can hold, you know, a couple of little hens down like this, so that we've got enough just to really pump out some birds, because this is the age ideally I like them at. See, these have got the current year rings on them, and they're in that age where they really do stand a bit more of a chance. So I have written that date down, so next year that's going to be my cutoff, is like mid-December, which is pretty much now. And that basically, you know, is about when it starts to get really hot too and makes life difficult for everyone else involved. But yeah, we'll get there. We're going to get there. So I have the Street Fighter hen up in here with Leo. I'm just testing something to see if they're interested in each other. Obviously Leo's interested. He's always interested. But she, like I said, she's one of the hens that we brought, one of the Krugers, and I've just not been able to get anything out of her. She paired up with the son of 83. And she just didn't do anything. She's still not doing anything. She'll pair up, but no eggs. So I'm hoping if we put her with Big Leo, that he's older and he's more aggressive too, he might drive her a lot harder. And maybe that's what she needs. She needs a bit of more assertiveness in the male. So that's what we're going to try, if we can get them paired down. I don't know if we'll get those. Well, we've still got plenty of time to get birds ready to race. So we'll just see. That's what the aim is here. So they've only been in there an hour or two, and I might open this back up again soon, just let them out, because they are locked in this section, and they're the only 2 free birds in here. The rest are all paired up, and not worrying about life too bad. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. These are the last round that we're going to do out of this pairing, and they're looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. Those Venus crosses are quite interesting because they, you know, they're pretty small, but they get to a certain age and they go woof. They are reasonably big birds too, so it's interesting. So we'll see how those fly this year. Even in the nest, they got that real aggressive characters, because these are full brothers or sisters to the 2 that I was playing with on the perch before. So you look at them here, straight out, you know, coming out of the egg, and they want to bite your fingers. So yes, all right, I'll put yours back, it's fine. And I do want to show you so these 2, what we'll do, I'm going to show you the brother of these, the older one. So put that one up there. I have in other videos saying I'm going to show you at some point. So these 2 little ones, these are very interesting. They've got a unique look about them, but they are a little bit of Storm and a little bit of Vanderbilt in them, and that's pretty much what's in them. So it's a very interesting mix. But I do want to show you the brother of them, because he's a bit older and he's just like a real powerful pigeon. This one's probably going to be pretty much the same as the brother, but I do want to show you that one today. We'll do that in a second. So we'll get these little guys back down into their box here. So I won't, not too far away, and they'll be weaning. But they are very, very interesting. That's why I'm kind of like, to you guys, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll let them go for one more round, because they the mother's actually getting ready to lay again. Come here. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just squeeze one more little round out of them, because they are so strong. Like, you can just see the amount of muscle that's in them. So it will be interesting. Let's have a look at the brother so you can get a bit of an idea what I'm talking about, because he's unique, but he's got some fire in him, I tell you. So here's the older brother that we've got. He's he does not like being held at all. He's still got a lot of growing to do, but he's turned out to be, you know, a very nice bird. But he does not like being held at all. His father's like that. His father's really hard to hold. But these guys, I just reckon, oh, I tell you what, I reckon they will go. Not the prettiest thing to look at. They're a very interesting look. They've got some interesting wing on them, but there's just something about them. They've just got that fire in them. Oh, he's very hard to hold and do this at the same time. So hopefully, let's have a closer look at him here anyway. This is the one I've been telling you about. The full nest, oh, not the nestmate to this one, it's the one after. So it's a full brother or sister. I'd say this one's a cock, but the hen, the little white flight one, we've actually entered that in the one loft race for meadows, and that's a little, it's called Blitz. And she was a pretty wild little hen, that one too. So she's going to be a little ball of muscle like this one. Oh, I can't hold him anymore. He's so strong for a young bird. It's unreal. Like, that's what gives me this gut feeling. Like, hopefully he's got a little bit of grit in him, and he'll just push through those real tough races. Because he's got Storm in there, so maybe he will. Be interesting to see. I don't know. We'll see. You can follow the sister anyway on Meadows, because her name's Blitz. And Apache, he's settling in quite well here. Look at him, he's a good looking bird. And I'd say we'll be able to get these out and let them roam around soon. They're getting along really well. And I expect we may probably get some eggs soon. And because this has been going so well, I think Little Storm, we may try and pair Little Storm up with someone else. I think this was pretty easy because he's young and he wants to breed, and because Little Storm is very similar to the mother, and I sometimes find that, you know, if you've got them, you know, daughters or whatever, they're kind of like their mother, they just really pair up super quick. So we'll have a look at her in a second. King's doing a good job there. It's on that next round the babies for us, hopefully some more mealies. And there's the mother to our mealies. Would you believe it? I actually filled that up to the brim this morning of pink mineral powder, and I mix it in a bit of extra calcium powder, and they just go crazy for it, especially the hens. They love extra calcium this time of year, which is good. Some people put liquid calcium in the drinks or whatever, but I just mix extra calcium powder in the pink mineral powder, and they go crazy for it. Like, I just can't believe how much they've eaten today. It's like a full cup. And there's only a couple of birds in here, really. And this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work, but what we've done is I put Little Storm in here with one of the Kruger cocks. He's definitely interested. She's up here having a bit of a break. What I've done is I probably won't breed them in here, but what I've done is just brought them over here because it's nice and private. If I try and pair them up or put them in boxes in the other lofts, they just get up on the wire and they want to get out. But if I bring them in this one, it's very private and it's just them, and you know, you can see that he wants to get up there and harass her a little bit. So yeah, we'll see if we can get them paired up. It'd be nice to at least do one round out of it, because I want to test these couple of Krugers that I just can't get anything out of. I think the cocks will be fine because we just haven't had enough hens yet. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video.